Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. I thought we should spend a bit more time together today. We're going to play with tarot though. So I've got 3, 5, 6 decks of tarot cards, Archangel Oracle cards and the Journey of Love. And that's it. And then I do have You'll See It When You Believe It. I'm not sure if we're going to pick up from where I dog-eared the page. Right, so I just felt like playing with some tarot cards. Let's see. I know what's on the bottom of the deck here. Let's see what cards want to come out, what message wants to come out this evening. Is that nice to see you? To see you nice. Okay. Hello, Moon Cookie, darling. What you say? We're back like we never left. Absolutely. And actually, I saw your comment earlier about how you enjoy your coffee. So you enjoy yours black with no sugar. We're back like we never left. Yes, and I feel as if, well, I know my readings are going to be more later in the day for me. So rather than me doing a reading during the day, I'm going to be doing my readings at night. Okay, we're just going to have a look at some cards. Well, I'm going to channel some messages. Let's just channel. Should we just have a channeling session, Moon Cookie? The 7 of Pentacles. No sugar, no cream, straight up. I've just never enjoyed my coffee like that. But then I don't like tea, where a lot of people like tea. I'm just not a lover of a cup of tea. Oh, I was taken to like tea leaves then. Because this masculine's waiting for something. So whether he's waiting for some more guidance, this dream state energy that we've been reading about in the book is interesting. Is he waiting for some more information on that? I have about half an hour. Well, that's how long roughly dinner is until it's out of the oven. I've not got to take it out of the oven, but I don't want to be too late for dinner. But it can rest for about 10 minutes. We've got about 40 minutes. What are these emojis? Where do you get these from? Is this a heart that's flying? What's the second one? Moon Cookie. Anyway, I feel like I need a magnifying glass. My eyesight, like channeling the energy is easy because I just look at the picture and say what comes through. Like Abraham describes how Esther picks up on Abraham's energies. It's like blocks of thought that just come through and you just say what you say. So, tea leaves. I've got no coffee today, we've got Coca-Cola today. Okay. Recycle me. We're having some Coca-Cola. I can smell it all the way over here. What can you smell? Coffee? Or what? Coca-Cola? I've drank quite a bit of coffee today, so I fancy some Coke. And I got myself that can especially for me. Especially for you. I want to let you know what I was going through. All the time we were apart, I thought of you. Well, that's nice, isn't it? It's quite a beautiful song. Especially for you. Let's go back to the 80s, shall we? I think it was an 80s song. Yes, it would have been. Maybe? Yes, 80s. I know whereabouts, like, I was living. I know that my sister had, like, the 12-inch vinyl of that song. And so you can kind of put together a timeline, can't you? The sticker showed up on my emojis, specifically on your channel. For some reason, I'm not getting the floating stickers. Okay. Oh. I've just had a response from my daughter from a message. I had to work out why she's saying to me no. So, and this was hours ago. And I said to her, are you still asleep? And she's just answered no. I only wanted to know if she wanted to come to the shops with me, but I went alone anyway. So she's awake now. Okay, that's good to know. Now we've got an independent masculine, so he's ready. Look, he's in his own little space here, private space. What are with all the trophies, the cups? It's like he's in the trophy room. If you have a trophy room. It's a trophy room. Cheers, Lucy. I'm on water at the moment. Are you? Okay. Cheers, Moon Cookie, darling. Cheers, Mr. Emperor. I'm going to call him that. This is the Divine Masculine's energy. Pre-Emperor status. It's like he's ready for bed. Okay, we're going to settle down now. I've had my cup of hot chocolate today. I've had a mixture of drinks, to be honest. No alcohol. I was thinking this over the other day about alcohol and about how it affects me and how it can affect others. And because I'm always in I would say a jolly, I'm not really a depressive person, shall we say that. So if I was to drink alcohol, it makes my spirits really high and I have quite a nice experience from it. It's like I'm maybe more jollier, more dancing, laughing. So very good for drinking, like socialising. Okay. But then give that drink to somebody who's like down and depressed and you're going to have, it's going to amplify that, like the depressiveness. So I think alcohol or spirit, how spirit plays with spirit is dependent on your state of being. I just feel like it enhances only for a certain amount of time and then I get tired. So it's like this boost of energy that I get. But I don't need to take alcohol to be able to get that boost of energy. A song I was drawn to this morning is Oceanic. And the song's Insanity. And it's like, take me into insanity, yeah, oh baby. And it was about, obviously, dream tripper, yeah, that's where I want to be. About dream tripping. So I thought that was interesting. And then I was taken to, like, that era. Because I think the song said it was, like, the greatest rave song of all time. Now, I was around when rave was around and acid days and the happy smiley face. It was acid. But I never went down like the drugs route, so I've never popped a pill, taken an ecstasy tablet. But watching that video, it was like, this is a natural high we're on. We don't need like a pill to take us there. So all these things have been happening. Acid days, raving. Yeah, we're raving. Okay, are we raving? Let's have a rave. Okay. I mean, we are talking about the era of Rob Bass. Like, it takes two to make a thing go right. Such good days. I wanna rock right now. I'm Rob Bass and I came to get down. Fond memories of them days. Okay. Judgment. Right, this energy is completely different. So it's like we've thrown a spanner into the works, have we? Judgment now comes into the picture. What, regarding our pasts? Okay. you know how we all have a different theme, a different story. So, because what I was taken to, even though I didn't do drugs, we can name them off: LSD, ecstasy. I think you had trips, or you had I'm not acid. I don't know what any of these things actually do to you. But when I met the girl's dad, and before we got married, he had done all of it. So was a massive raver, where like I was like, I never got to rave. I didn't go to these illegal raves. Why? Because for one, I started drinking and clubbing when I was 13. So I had 2 older sisters, 3-year age gap between us, and my elder sister was 7 years older than me, around about 6.5, 7 years. My middle sister, just over 3 years older than me, so I could take their ID, even though I never got asked, because it was no photo ID back then. So I was kind of clubbing at the age of 13, because I had 2 sisters that liked to dance and just go out and have fun, and they were the people that I hung out with. And so drugs has never them hard drugs have never been in my family, and neither has alcohol. I mean, we drank because we were teenagers, sisters, just we are family. It was fun. And then when I got to the age of 18, so these drugs were going around, but never did I get asked if I wanted to buy any of these drugs. And so it was my path not to be like associated with that, which is fine. My late husband did say to me, he's like, Lucy, please don't ever do any of these drugs. I mean, you're quite a high energy person anyway. And but I've just never felt the need. Curious, of course, but it was like it didn't really make a difference that my husband had done all that. Like, I can tell my children, oh my goodness, you know, your dad done all the drugs, you know. Well, not all of them. I don't think he ever done heroin. So I think he's done a bit of coke. But this was all like before me. And I mean, I was still 20 when I met him. So he had lived quite a lot of life. I had lived a completely different life where I was clubbing. And then when I got to 18, I went working. Well, I was working beforehand, but I got like a full-time job, and I had to work kind of night times, so later into the evening. So my clubbing days kind of stopped then. And then I met my husband towards the end of me being 20. We were married at 21, and 22 we had our first daughter. So why am I telling you this? Judgment. We all have a different story to tell. There's this energy of like fearful of being judged. For what? That judgment is just about judging yourself because you've not... I don't feel there's anything to forgive. I mean, hopefully you've gained experience and learnt the lesson from the past. That's what the key is, to always always look for the lesson. What's the lesson within this situation? I was known because I could drink quite a bit and I was quite young. So I'd get quite drunk. Not great. Not a great feeling. It's kind of gone over your boundaries. And I was known for kind of like blacking out and like just losing time. So what I would do is I'd just find somewhere to sit down. I'll be so drunk, my head would be spinning. And then like a couple of hours has gone. And like, you know, one of my sisters would just be sitting with me. And then getting me out of the club, I'd be kind of all over the place. And I was known for kind of grabbing hold of like taxi aerials. But yeah, that was coming towards the end of like my drinking days. But I only drank if I was going out socialising. We just went out every Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. So there was a good little spell of partying there at quite a young age. I just went for the dancing and the socialising, and that was that. I kind of kept myself to myself when it comes to like I just went out for the dancing. I didn't go out for like the men, and I was out with my sisters. It wasn't like that. Right, Hangman, Enlightenment. And like my mum couldn't really say anything about it because I lived with my elder sister. My youngest daughter, we were going through some photo albums the other day, and she found this picture of me, like in my mum's back garden. Now, this wasn't like the family home where I was raised. My mum had moved, but I don't remember moving, like from that house to that house, which I would have done because I would have been about 13. So this was like the age when I was spending all my time at my sister's, hardly ever at my mum's. And at the back of the photograph says, age 14, before she ran away from home for good. It's like I didn't run away from home. I went to live with my sister. But that's how my mum perceived that. So, yeah. I was 14 when it was officially like done, dusted, living with my sister, and wow, freedom. That's what it was. Right, I've got the Tarot of Sexual Magic now. But I know that whilst I was living, like with my sister, and we lived in quite a rough estate, I would observe all of this. So I talk about like learning like the lesson, and the lesson for me was, I'm not going to live like this, and I'm not going to raise my children this way. So a lot of experience gained. What's this masculine doing? Because he's trying to write a letter. Okay. Now there's a wedding in the background. There's a wedding in the background. Well, unless you dress up in like your wedding dress and your tuxedo to have like a dance one night under the moon. But that's a wedding couple there. What's he trying to do? Because he keeps it's not coming out right. So he keeps screwing up the paper and throwing it. I'll tell you what this takes me to. Me writing my life story. I thought many times about writing my life story. It's rather colourful. And but it's like, where do I start? I know they say at the beginning, but I kind of go off onto all these different stories and experiences on my upbringing. Who brought me up? Who brought me up? That's about whisking someone off into the sunset. Right, I can see what it's doing here. It's lining up with the other tarot cards. The Five of Wands. Who's this person you're worried about being judged by, scrutinised by? There's, I could see like a magnifying glass, and I said about having a magnifying glass. What's he been writing here? Only we could see. So, this energy with this energy. What do you reckon's written on that piece of paper there? And you can see by the colours here, because it's quite nice and sunshiny. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. So is he trying to express his love, his desire? It's like it shows, but he's got his arms crossed. But you can see that he's happy. But actually being able to express that It's like he needs to, so being judged on his words, maybe. Maybe they don't come out so, like, fluently smooth. Wants to be like a smooth talker, but... So this energy here of being judged, saying the wrong thing. The energy's coming through now is about you can't really say the wrong thing, and you shouldn't say something just to please others. So to like twist the truth. It's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And then you will receive God's help. He rewards that kind of behaviour. 5 of Wands. Oh, my heart's beating fast. My heart skips, 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 skips a beat. Should we move on to the next tarot deck? The Tarot of Desires. I tell you what's been hurting this evening is like this shoulder. It just feels a bit heavy. How long have we been on for? 21 minutes, 33 seconds. Oh, let's have a look at the bottom of the deck because we've got the Hangman. And we have, okay, it's more, I was going to say to this gentleman, tell me, what else do you want to know? Talk to me. Okay. I had the Nine of Cups, the independent energy here, so this masculine is trapped by marriage. So whether he's trying to end that, he's already got kind of like an attachment. When you have a look here, at this side here, and we have a look here, it's like a burden on the bush, burden on the bush. And he's just got like this one pentacle to himself and everything else is invested here. So there's a letter, not sure what the letter's about, but then we've got the Strength here. But this card always takes me to this karmic energy. It's like dripping black blood here. That is. It's poison. Wishing, because this is wishes come true, wishing to be single and to be able to come in and whisk you away. Wishing. And then we've got Temperance. Again, this is a karmic energy. This is when you pour all the colour and the spice of life down the drain or into an alcoholic drink. Well, I feel the energy of her being a bit of an alien. And again, whatever's dripping from her. Burying your head in the sand. It's taken to the emu energy. Hello, Gal Gal. Hello, Channel of Love, a Moon Cookie. Today feels like I'm floating on a cloud. That's nice. Cloud number 9. That song. I believe the words to that song. Cloud number 9, Bryan Adams. That does talk about like kind of leaving all your troubles behind and divine masculine, divine feminine, you know, meeting together and I'm singing the lyrics in my mind. But I believe it starts with, well, he hurt you and you hurt me, and that wasn't the way it was supposed to be. So if we say, well, she hurt you, divine masculine, and you hurt me, divine feminine, and that wasn't the way it was supposed to be. Well, we all know that. Okay. Let's have a look at this judgment. Because tonight you will be mine up on cloud number 9. And there ain't no place that I'd rather be. Yeah, look at this. Are you off to cloud number 9? It's the world. That's the divine feminine's energy. The rest of it is pretty calming. This whisking you off is you, divine feminine. The world. Look, he wants to go to cloud number 9. He's wishing. His trophy room, where he gets to feel like number 1. It's like because he is number 1. Okay. The world. Cloud number 9. Let's go to the Thoth Tarot. Still that death energy there on the bottom, look. My throat's a bit tickly. Pardon me for just one moment. 9 of Pentacles. It's got the 9 of Cups, the divine masculine's energy, and then the 9 of Pentacles is the divine feminine's energy. Good evening, Cynthia. Brown-eyed girl is playing on the radio. We are at work. My brown-eyed girl. Gain. That's what you get. You gain when you get the divine feminine. Gain. What do you gain by being with this karmic energy? And what do you gain by being with the divine feminine's energy? Simple question. Do you remember when we used to sing tra la 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 di da la di da? Oppression. 10 of Wands. Heavy, heavy burden. This was going, my heart's beating, but this was going through my mind. Might have been yesterday, might have been today. Yesterday. About depression. And when you're depressed, it's because you have suppressed your emotions. You're not being authentically you, to yourself or to others. And we'll take this bottom card. Princess of Swords. Wow, we've got some energy to cut through here. But it does look like you're rising up from the ashes here, quite literally. And that card keeps coming up, Sacred Phoenix Heart. So the Ten of Wands is carrying that heavy burden. I can feel it on my shoulder. Just one side though. Interesting, because look at the angle of the actual shoulders here. So the one being held up is the one that I can feel, just around here. So it's like you're in an uncomfortable position. You might have got comfortable there, but now your shoulders are starting to ache. You need to cut yourself, don't you, down from the Hangman energy. Right, that's the 3 cards. Bottom of the deck, the Queen of Discs, which is the karmic energy, because it's the wife card. And she feels a little wooden. She's holding the world, which has no colour. She's looking at the future, so she has the path planned. It looks quite desolate and bare. There's no colour there. And then you have, shall we say, the ram, signifying the divine masculine's energy. Aries, just kind of staring at me as if to go, and it's like, well, are you going to follow that course of life, or are you going to choose your own way, not someone else's way of living? Right, the Druid craft, I don't even know what I was going to say. The Druid Craft Tarot, 40 minutes, we've got 8 minutes left. And there ain't no place that I'd rather be. Lots of things happening now, but there is a person in this picture. So normally the 8 of Wands means a lot of activity. The divine has orchestrated it, but now we have someone who is balanced in their feminine masculine energy, and they are now, well, this is all about cloud number 9, because this is somebody who is directing the speed. It's one at a time. They're like javelins here. These are being thrown. It's like they're being thrown up into, well, they are, into the air, towards the clouds there. So, 8 of Wands. Speedy, forward movement, created by this character, and with divine support and protection, because the divine's there every step of the way. And this oppression here, until the weight's been lifted, and afterwards, you always have the divine support. But until you can learn to depend upon that and rely that that's always there, they are supporting you while you get through this. Four of Wands. No people in this picture yet. Okay. Where are they? Well, they're either in that hut or they're up on cloud number 9, aren't they? Look. They're in there. That would do. That would be quite cosy, wouldn't it? Oh my goodness. But I can see the fires underneath, but you're too high up to be burnt. So it's like you're above the sun now. You're above the sun, you're above the sun. Okay. That's interesting. One more card, please. And the 6 of Cups. When you're up on this cloud number 9 and you can just forget about all your duties, your obligations, okay, you're going to forget about those, because down here in the physical world, we've got a lot to consider. But when you take care of your own cup of love, and you have this, well, it's a communion, sacred communion. If you notice in the background where the children are, the cups are growing. Okay, you have to remember this is the only card that you get growth in them cups. I'd say by taking care of yourself and your own needs, it's going to have a knock-on effect. Okay. It's like your whole universe is going to be thriving and growing with love. Right, so what's the hold-up is what wants come through. You're planning on this star. Well, you're making this star. The energy of wishing upon a star. Because it's night time here and he's kind of working on something at night. He's got all these stars here. But then he's got that one there that he's saving. Are these backup plans? It's like aligning the stars. Right, let's go to the Oracle. The Archangel Oracle cards. I think my dinner's done. The first deck of Oracle cards that I ever purchased and used. I had these the same time that I had the Rider-Waite Tarot. I purchased those. I don't know if it was at the same time, no it wasn't. But I wasn't too sure about the tarot cards. I had to learn how to read them, interpret them. And now it just effortlessly flows. Okay, I've got the card, thank you. Spread your wings. Archangel Ariel, do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. She's looking up at that cloud. Okay, so I said, what's the hold up? So it's time to spread your wings and prepare to fly. Because you have become a butterfly. Gone through the transition. Spread your wings. Although you may feel intimidated by the prospect of change and by the thought of moving past your comfort zone, you're ready to fly high. Welcome new opportunities and know that it's safe to follow your heart and dreams. Keep your focus upon love, service and spirit, and avoid naysayers or skeptics. Remember that you inspire others with your story of turning challenges into victories. So working with Archangel Ariel. So this judgment energy, let's just not skip over that. The fear of being judged. So that feeling of feeling intimidated. Although you may feel intimidated by the prospect of change and by the thought of moving past your comfort zone, you're ready to fly high. So Ariel loves all living beings and gladly helps them all. She's a master manifester and she's especially supportive of people who are healers, teachers and service workers. She's very partial to the environmental area and she works closely with the nature angels to protect and heal animals, particularly the birds, animals and fish who live near or in the water. One way to work with Ariel is to participate in environmental work, including picking up trash near a lake, stream or ocean, donating time or money to an environmental cause, or switching to environmentally friendly cleaning supplies. Okay, let's get another card. Picked up the Ace of Wands with it. Peace. It's nice. It's masculine sending out peace. Archangel Chamuel. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. It's bird of peace being sent out. There's a nice energy here between the two of you. Look past the surface of this situation and see the underlying truth that everyone involved is a child of God, filled with love. By focusing upon this truth, you elicit loving behaviour and solutions, even through Even though appearances may seem otherwise, trust that a higher wisdom is in charge. Love is the only power that exists, and its light shines away any seeming darkness. Hold the intention to look for examples of this light within yourself and others, and you'll have more light in your mind, heart, thoughts, and life. This knowledge is the foundation of peace. So working with Archangel Chamuel, when you wish to feel more centered, calm and peaceful, call upon Chamuel. He is the Archangel of personal and global peace. He is very kind, loving and sweet, and he'll invoke a pleasant feeling of excitement when he works with you. Know that Chamuel sees your true qualities and loves you unconditionally. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Unconditional love. Well, are you unconditionally loving? And you'll receive it back, won't you? Okay, journey of love. Moon Cookie, that looks like a pink rubber glove. My niece called in the middle of the live. What did I miss? Hello, everyone. What did you miss? And I don't want to miss a thing, 'cause baby, when I dream of you, the sweetest dream will never do. I still miss you, baby, and I don't want to miss a thing. The Blood Dance. We've had this card, haven't we? Maybe last time we used this. Card number 42. You hear that little one next door? They're not happy. Well, obviously someone's trying to control them. So they're creating. Okay. The heart craves life and the blood responds. In relationship to each other, life happens. The desire and the action, the movement of cycles, drawing in and letting go, rushing to the centre and pushing far away to the extremities. It is the cycle of relationship, dancing between self and other, into oneness and into individuality. So it is with human beings in relationship with each other and with human beings and the divine essence. Sometimes the heart of God feels so close, it's as though our own inner passion is the very blood rushing through it. Then we journey far, bringing our nourishment to where it is needed. To those who are cold and lonely, to the farthest reaches of our own dark self, that we may, if very brave, dare to love completely. Though we can be lonely for the warmth of the centre then, craving that feeling of being at home, soon enough we are called back to the core of the divine heart and the cycle continues. Remember that you are always in this dance of life. You are never apart from the divine. It is just that sometimes, in our natural flow, it is easier to feel that divine presence than other times. Yet you are always the blood connected to the heart. This oracle brings you confirmation that you are connected to the divine source, to all that is. If you are experiencing a phase of feeling cut off from yourself, from your body, from another, or from the divine, even from your own feelings, spiritual connection or intuition, be reassured that this is temporary and part of the cycle of life itself. Soon all connection shall return with even greater warmth and nourishment, welcoming you home again with great love. If you feel you have been journeying in life and fear that you have lost your way, do not trouble yourself, precious soul. You are never far from the divine heart and will always be called home. Love's language speaks like sound of falling leaves, caressing wind to bear aroma sweet. You ask if I can love in measure true, and give emotions weight, the scales due. Each tear releases more than words can say, expressing all my heart wants to convey. Oh, that's so nice, look. I'm going to get one more card from this deck. But listen to the poem with this card held up. Love's language speaks the sound of falling leaves, caressing wind to bear or to hear? Hear. Caressing wind to hear aroma sweet. It might say bear. Hold on. Is it a H? It's bear. Okay. Caressing wind to bear aroma sweet. You ask if I can love in measure true, and give emotions weight the scales due. Each tear releases more than words can say, expressing all my heart wants to convey. One more card. 47 minutes. Yeah, well, we know about my timing, don't we? Falling. Card number 14. Just saw 444 on the clock. Okay, I just noticed that was 14, but then we have 42. So 41 and kind of 42 if you reverse that falling. If you reverse the falling. Let's go to page number 14. Don't worry. You may fear you are falling, but it's just your soul diving deeper into the ocean of bliss. Are you sensing parts of your life flying away from you, out of your control, as the momentum of your divine surrender takes over and becomes more powerful than the old adhesive between you and what no longer serves? Laugh, cry, celebrate and ponder. Whether it makes sense or not, you are like a perfectly ripe fruit falling from the universal tree, succulent and ready to be enjoyed for all that you are. If you wait any longer, this moment will be lost, and you'll end up on the ground, having to decay and go to seed in order to start the whole process again. This is not so bad, but what a shame if your sweet nectar was not to be savoured by a hungry world. You deserve to be declared the most delicious, juicy fruit that ever was. So fall, and you'll end up exactly where you're meant to be. This oracle contains a message for you. You are being called closer into divine union and into the fulfillment of your destiny now. It's safe for you to trust what is happening. Go with it. It might seem like you are being asked to take a leap of faith. It's the right timing for that. It's your time to give yourself in love without holding back anything of yourself. I'll just repeat that. It's your time to give yourself in love without holding back anything of yourself. The poem. Is it wrong to love, to feel what I hold inside? The answer must wait. Okay. I'll catch up with you guys soon then. Until then, Take care, much love. Bye for now.